Today I want to talk about my replacement Rossi RP 63 that was recently sent to me. We're going to talk about the Taurus/Rossi customer service. And I want to talk to you about the gun itself and compare it to the Taurus Executive Grade 856. First off, what was wrong with the gun that I had to send back to Rossi? Well, the cylinder bound up. I was doing a series of reviews on the guns and comparing it to a couple of Smiths and to Rugers, and the cylinder locked up on me. And I had not shot a lot of rounds through the gun. Also, there was something wrong with the way the sight trench was cut, because at 10 yards, I didn't have any problem, point and shoot from within 10 yards. But when I started getting out and depending on the sight, I was having a hard time hitting the target. So when the cylinder bound up, I had to send it back to Rossi/Taurus. And, I sent it on December the 20th. I knew sending it over the holidays that I ought to wait, at least 8 weeks before I contacted Taurus back about the gun. I waited till the end of February. And I had a hard time getting in touch with Taurus. I sent text, emails, trying to call them on the phone for customer service can be a very laborious process. It rings and rings and rings. But I finally got in touch, and they said that what had happened, that the gun was out of spec. The frame was out of spec, and that might make sense as far as the sighting of the gun, but no details. And so they said that they would send me a replacement, that they were going to destroy the gun, and they were going to send me a replacement. And I said, man, that'd be great. 6 to 8 weeks. Well, 6 weeks passed, no gun. Tried to contact them again. Finally got in touch with somebody. Well, still within the window of time that we told you. It's not quite 8 weeks yet. So, okay. And they were nice. And I did get a lot of what I would call AI-generated messaging. This is a great day in Rossi. And 8 weeks passed, still no gun. I contacted them, and they said, well, we're sorry, but it's taking a lot longer to get you a replacement, and we know you're disappointed. And okay. So I waited another week or so, and I contacted them again and let them know, I was not happy with their customer service, and that I was not happy that they really weren't very straightforward about what was wrong with the gun I'd sent in. And gosh darn it, you know what happened? 2 days later, I got a message that said, good news, your replacement gun is on the way. Well, it's check in the mail, but no, it was on the way. And so customer service, I kind of got the feeling that Rossi revolvers are like the redheaded stepchild for Taurus, And the other thing is, scouring around the internet and looking at different reviews of Rossi rifles and Rossi revolvers, the new revolvers, you see a lot of people commenting about having to smith these guns, either themselves or get them to a smith, to take the guns apart, to look for burrs, imperfections in the inner workings, and, to work those things out. And, I'm okay with having to tweak a firearm. And this is a Rossi 92. I've got another one with a 20-inch barrel. I like these a lot. With a long gun, I don't mind that so much. But with a handgun, I don't know. I don't really want to send it to a smith, and you have very few smiths who are up on revolvers these days. And I really don't want to try to do it myself. So But that seems to be the word on the street, that if you buy a Rossi product, you're going to have to do some smithing on that product. So how about the gun itself? There were a few things that I found that I didn't really like. And one was this wide trigger, a target style trigger. I found that for me, it's a little uncomfortable to shoot. Another thing is, and I've had one other Rossi revolver. I had one of the ones that was made before the recall. But Rossi revolvers tend to have a very stiff trigger, that the pull is very stiff and then it breaks. Stiff, breaks. Very stiff, breaks. Now, obviously, that can work out in a gun over time, but let's compare it. This is Steve Pugmire's Executive 856 that I'm doing several reviews on. It has a very smooth trigger, almost like a Smith & Wesson trigger. Now, this is Taurus 856 that I've had for several years. And if you notice, it has the sight molded into the barrel. I prefer that to the pin sights that Taurus/Rossi is using now. And once again, this is a very smooth trigger. Now, the Taurus triggers, the stock triggers, it tends to come back, it builds, and then you have a breaking point. So you're smooth, stiff, break, as opposed to stiff, break. Okay, and that's a big difference in what I see between the Rossi and the Taurus revolvers. So I don't know. I may not keep this gun. I may go ahead and not even shoot it and go ahead and get rid of it. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Now, is this gun for you? Well, some things I did like. I do like these grips. They're not the most aesthetically pleasing, but they absorbed Magnum recoil very well. So I would say I like that. The satin finish I could take or leave. Now, it does have some weight to it, which if you're going to shoot 357 is very appropriate. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know what my experience has been, and this is Greg with Lionquest Fitness.